Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Randy here with rtsmobile.com. This evening, we are going to bring you a quick look at some interesting new combat features in Game of Thrones Conquest. There are some new combat strategies floating around for how to attack an enemy player, and we're going to talk about them, the pros and cons, and if you should give them a shot. So let's start by looking at a couple combat reports. We're going to go to our enemy battle reports here, where I actually, funny enough, I was zeroed the other day by this strategy, so that's why I'm talking about it. I do want to go into quick detail. I'm on the left here. I'm the MOF's clan versus the GOD clan. Okay. I was attacked by an enemy player. He had a lot more troops sent in his march than Dark Sister here. Sent a lot more troops in her march than I had in my base at the time. I had half my troops out reinforcing, so this was kind of a weak battle for me to begin with because most of my strong troops were out of the base. But you can see it was a landslide victory. I had 32,000 wounded, and Dark Sister only had 800 killed. And I'm going to show you exactly what she used right now. And by the way, if you haven't been to rtsmobile.com, check it out today. We have tons of great guides, videos, and all that kind of fun stuff for free. So definitely come on over and make your free account today. Alright, so let's see my troops. Alright, wonderful. You can see my base was very empty. I had some T5, some T4, some T3s in here. Very low level troops, a couple T6s. But the majority of my troops were reinforcing my liege in the Winterfell base. These are my combat stats. I have high siege stats and decent infantry stats. Now let's look at Dark Sister. So I want you to look at three things here. First of all, Dark Sister only sent one type of troop. Dark Sister only sent the T8 type of troop, which is actually the defensive infantry, the castle level 22 tier 8 defensive troop. She sent 73,000 of those troops, okay, and that's all she sent. She didn't send any other troop types. She sent the defensive infantry. She sent 73,000 of them. That's the first thing I wanted you to see. The next thing I want you to see is right here. Infantry defense. You can see she has beefed up her infantry defense stat very high, most likely with her armor pieces. She is clearly focusing her science and her armor on infantry defense. And then I want you to look at the third thing. We scroll down to the bottom here. Her infantry attack. 67% infantry attack. So she is clearly focusing on all infantry. She's only attacking with infantry, and this is the strategy. Players that have the money to spend are purchasing armor, high-level armor that gears you towards one particular troop type, and they are spending a little bit of money on researching their sciences towards one troop type, and then they are attacking other players with only one troop. Now this is very different from the previous troop formations that you've seen from me. Excuse me. Because typically I'm an advocate of the layer formation, which means you send 6 or 7 different troop types, and she's only sent one troop type here. So she has done a good job there strengthening her infantry. You can see her other units are very weak. Range attack 15, you know what I mean? Let's see here, what else we got? Siege attack 27, not terrible. Mounted attack 26. I mean, all of her troops are super weak compared to her infantry, which have 67% attack. So what that means is Dark Sister's overall combat strength is very low. She's a very weak combatant overall, but her infantry are probably the strongest infantry in this kingdom at the moment. So she's able to have some fun with that. I do want to show you another combat report here of a similar strategy using... I also was zeroed by this. Zeroed by this as well. People like to come and find me and zero me. And this is the same strategy using cavalry. So I actually won this attack. My base was full of troops. Let's see here. This guy sent only T7 cavalry. He tried the same strategy as our other friend there, using only cavalry, and he sent T7 only. So with my full forces in my base, he lost. He got pounded on pretty hard. His overall battle stats are actually his other battle stats are actually really nice. Pretty decent overall battle stats here. This guy probably would have beat me if he attacked with a proper layer, including siege, infantry, and ranged, along with his cavalry. But because he attacked with only cavalry, and I had a good amount of infantry in my base, I'll show you right now. You can see I had 18,500 total infantry that survived, and 1,400 that were in there. So I guess I had about 20,000 infantry in my base at the time. Infantry are a counter to cavalry, so he came up against 20,000 counter units, and also my T6 archers also counter cavalry, and I had, you can see here, I had about 18,000 of my T6 archers, so really I had almost 40,000 counters to his cavalry, which is why his layer was unsuccessful here. His unsuccessful attack with cavalry. He did attack me many times, and he did eventually zero me, but he lost a huge amount of troops doing it. Props to him for trying it out. But alright, so now you've seen that strategy with attacking with one single troop type. Let's talk really quick about the pros and cons, and then I'll let you go. I don't want to keep you too long. The three main pros for this strategy. This strategy works very well for high-level castles, attacking against lower-level castles that don't have large amounts of troops. This strategy enables you to kind of focus on creating one type of super troop or Super Saiyan troop, right? Instead of trying to strengthen all troop types at once. This actually could be very strong in a rally situation where every, instead of sending four players with average stats on all troops, you send 4 players and each one specializes in one type of troop, and you build your rally layer that way. It could be very useful for that. So it is fun and innovative theory crafting. Now, the 3 biggest cons. This strategy does not work against equal level castles. Do not try it unless you want to donate 20,000 troops to the morgue, unless you're going to attack lower level castles. This strategy also will not work effectively if the enemy castle has a large amount of counter units. For example, the gentleman who attacked me with cavalry units, he probably didn't realize that I had 40,000 counter troops in my base. My counter troops massacred his cavalry for the first couple attacks until he killed them all with his 4th or 5th attack there. He finally started killing all my troops and zeroed me, but he took enormous losses doing that. So the third con is, unless you're doing that layered rally strategy, which I've not seen used yet, and which is just still being theory crafted, maybe good, maybe bad, who knows. Unless you're doing that rally strategy, it's really not worth it because your remaining troop types will be weak, your overall combat strength will suffer, and you're going to have difficulties killing monsters. It's just not going to make you an overall strong combatant if you only have one strong troop. It would be like going to the gym, and instead of working out your whole body, you just work out your left bicep every day for like an hour a day. I mean, you know what? Your left bicep might be really big, and it might look like you have a lot of fun at home by yourself, but the reality is you wouldn't be a strong athlete if you only worked on one muscle. So, in conclusion, you know what? If you have a little bit of money and you have the gear, or you have the gear already, you don't need to spend any money, give it a shot. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's definitely something new. This seems to be a strategy geared more towards big spenders that want to steer away from the mainstream combat strategies, and they want to try something new. So bravo to everybody giving this a shot. I hope you're having fun. And if any of you ladies and gentlemen have any questions, just come join us on our rtsmobile.com. Hang out in the forums or jump on our brand new Discord server, and we'll happily answer and chat and theorycraft away. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Give me a like and subscribe. Please, please, please. You don't even know how much that helps. If this video was any benefit for you, please give me a like and subscribe. I'll keep this short and sweet. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful evening or morning. I don't know what time you're going to watch this video, but make it wonderful. All right. See you later.